Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Motor Chat Show. My name's Neil Meekins, and this episode sees me rehashing some old stuff from one of my absolute boyhood heroes, Barry Sheene, the iconic playboyish motorcycling champion from the UK back in the 1970s and 1980s. Sadly, Barry passed away in 2003. I'm never going to get the chance to interview someone of that era and that ilk. So what I've done, just for pure entertainment, is put something together. It's a tribute to him. It's with the utmost respect to his family and his friends. I put this together. This is part one. If you like it, let me know at the end. Give us some messages. Again, it's just purely for entertainment. Moto entertainment or mototainment. Does that sound all right? Mototainment? Yeah, I keep putting moto before everything. Sorry about the green screen. Just not having it today. But the show must go on, guys, right? The show must go on. So we're putting it out there anyway. Hopefully, this will be something that you will enjoy. I hope so. Let's roll the VT and let's get into interviewing Mr. Barry Sheene, with a few surprises along the way. See you soon.
Joining us today live on set, a special guest.
I always wanted to make a video about people who I revered, especially in the world of motorcycling. I would look up to the antics of this man as a young, impressionable boy, really. Barry's antics, what he got up to on a motorcycle and in his private life, were absolutely legendary. So, I mean, you said that you first got on a bike when you were 5 years old, so you had a very early start into motorcycling, but there must have been something at some time that sparked off an interest in you that wanted to make you become a motorcycle racer. What was the kind of catalyst behind that?
Dad was sponsoring different people, and he had a couple of new bikes, and the guys that used to ride his bikes, they were pretty good riders, but they had no mechanical sort of aptitude, no feel for engines or anything. And he had a couple of new bikes, and he had no one to run them in, you know, and get them ready to race. So he said, "Oh, you know, bloody blokes doing this and doing that." He said, "Would you do me a favour? Would you go down to Brands Hatch and run these things in?" So I said, "Yeah, sure." I go, "Yeah, why not?" So I borrowed a set of leathers off of somebody. And I went down, and every time a rider ran his bikes in, they'd seize them up or fall off them or something. I came back at the end of the day, and they were all running, and he said, "Well, you know, what's happened?" And so I said, "Nothing, you know, it's perfect." You know, and I had the cylinders off and checked it all when I was down. And somebody phoned Dad from Brown. I think it might have been Ken Phillips, who you know.
Yes.
Phoned Dad and said, "Look, Barry was flying today, absolutely flying." And I didn't even think about it. You know, I went down there, I was more interested in what I was doing, trying to get mechanically out the bikes. And Dad said, "Well, we'll go down to Brands again next Wednesday and, you know, run the bike." I said, "Well, they're all done, they're running, you know." So he said, "Oh, come on, I want to come down and see you having a ride." "All right, okay." So I went down there, had a ride round, and I went pretty quickly, and Dad said, "Do you want to ride in a race?" I said, "Well, yeah," I never really thought about it. And I really hadn't. You know, when I was running the bikes in, I didn't think, "Well, I'd love to race one of these." It didn't even cross my mind. And then the next thing I knew, I was sitting on the start line down at Brands Hatch for a race.
Can I play with madness? Give me the sense to wonder if I'm free. Give me a sense of wonder to know I can be me. Give me the strength to hold my head up, spit back in their face. Don't need no key to unlock this door. Gotta break down the walls.
Más lento, más lento, más lento. Y...
Congratulations,
Oh,
Barry.
thanks, Rob.
Madness, the puppet stared at his crystal ball. Can I play with madness? There's no fear.
Now, Barry, you are at the very, very top of your game. How do you explain the kind of success that you've had?
You know, the whole thing was I didn't really have, everybody says you have to have a goal in life. And my main thing in life was, from the time when I was a kid, was to be happy. You know, it's a pretty obvious thing. But I just wanted to be happy, and I did everything that, I didn't follow any special career or anything. I wanted to try lots of different things, and I'd get different jobs, and it'd be really interesting, I'd be happy, and then I'd lose interest in that and get involved in something else. And I think that I hated school so much, and I was so bad at school, and I mean bad in every possible way you can think of. I wasn't dim, I was just a non-conformist, really. I couldn't really see the sense of it all. You know, once you could read and write and add up, and I was very good at mathematics, I was good at English, believe it or not. And I thought, well, that's it. There's nothing else worth staying.
Barry's first race was in March 1968. He actually finished third on the 250 after earlier falling off of Frank's 125. A week later, and Barry had already won twice, and success was following him very quickly.
Got to a stage where I was racing so much that I was working all the week, and by the time the weekend came, I was knackered, absolutely physically and mentally knackered. And I thought, well, I just can't do this. You know, I was interested in racing. I was becoming good at racing. So I thought, well, what I'll do, I'll give up work for 3 months and see if I can make ends meet.
Sheen soon clinched his first title, which was the 1970 British 125 Championship, and in the following year in Belgium he won the 125 Grand Prix. He then moved up a class to the 500 cc's, where he would race on bike number 5 before getting that lucky number 7. His helmet though bore that Donald Duck symbol, which was to become his trademark. His riding though made him a hot new contender on the scene, and he was one of the most popular figures on the circuit. Barry's infectious humour and charm made him a natural in front of the media. He was a perfect personality and a prankster, both in front of the cameras as well as behind in the paddocks. The media needed a big personality, and Barry was only too willing to oblige. In 1974, Barry becomes a works rider for Suzuki, helping them to develop their new 4-cylinder Grand Prix machine.
Sheen flies ahead, but the new Suzuki is soon overtaken by R.I.P with Lansavori third. Phil Reed roars home to win on the MV. Second place makes it a bright day for Barry Sheen on his Grand Prix debut for Suzuki.
Now, at the age of 24, Barry Sheen is one of the world's top motorcycle road racers. #1 for the Suzuki factory team.
Motorcycle racing, it's changed my life. It's a part of my life. It took me from sort of £18 a week truck driver to probably a £2,000 a week motorcycle racer.
That's where we leave Barry. He's 24 years old. He's got the world at his feet. He's about to become one of the greatest motorcycle racers of all time. A childhood hero of mine, absolutely, both for what he did on a motorcycle and how he was as a personality. Let me know in the comments, guys, if you'd like to see the next part, where we're going to explore the middle part of Barry's motorcycle career, his highs and his lows. But just before we go, here's a few facts that you may or may not have known about Barry Sheen. Barry drilled a hole in the front of his helmet so that he could take a drag on his beloved fags, cigarettes to you Americans, even if he was on the grid. Yep, this is supposedly absolutely true. Remember guys, there's never a wrong way, not on a motorcycle. Take care of each other, ride safe, see you next time. Bye-bye.